Okay, says we're live. I think we are. I need to move that just a wee bit. Hello, happy Friday. Um, how are we doing? I feel like my brain is chaos this morning. I have not finished my cup of decaf coffee yet, so I haven't finished that ritual. I guess, even though it's 1 p.m., I still haven't finished the cup of coffee. Um, so that kind of tells you things have been slightly discombobulated. But we're here. We're gonna work at writing. We're gonna get some words done, maybe some editing done. Hopefully some brainstorming for the next sections of the story. Yeah. I'm also staring here at my open Bujo because I haven't attended to it yet today, other than a couple of little things. But I can mark off how much water I have consumed already today because I did have a glass of water before I started the coffee. But I haven't finished the coffee, so I can't include that. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. It's been one of those mornings where it's just like things feel unfinished. No matter what it is that I have started, things feel unfinished. So I think the goal today is to try and finish a couple of those smaller things that have been rolling around in my brain. That way I can feel better headed into the weekend and headed into next week, feel like I have a clean starting slate for next week. But yeah, so definitely feel unfinished. I think out of the things that I had written down for my top priorities for this week, I've gotten started with one of them. I've done a couple of the other lesser than priority things, but I have only started one of the top priorities for this week. So that's feeling and maybe it's because I shouldn't have tried to do top priorities, because sometimes our rebellious brains, the minute we tell ourselves that, maybe I should say me, because it might be only me, but the minute I tell myself that this is a top priority, my brain begins to utterly reject doing that task. Avoidance, procrastination, all the excuses kind of things. So my brain is working against me this week, apparently. That is what I have gathered from looking back at my week so far. So there is that. That is what we're working with, is chaos brain. I still have my desk over to the left of me is still relatively clean. I haven't added much to that other than what we're calling her, Charlotte, our little figurine critter desk lamp thingy. So I have that over there, and then I have my reading journal for next year that I still haven't finished penciling in things. I have regular journal, I have pre-made planner, and I have long-term journal and tarot cards. So I have a lot of stuff over there, even though it still looks like it. And I still have not rearranged the drawer system. So all the things that I've told myself that I'm going to do, hasn't gotten done. So I'm not defeated, but I feel chaotic, and my brain is just like, no, we're not going to do it. And I'm like, no, but we want to do this. This is what we decided we want to do. And my brain is just like, no, absolutely not. So I'm going to be trying to herd my brain. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're trying to do. Other than that, I've still have never been to the farmers market here in Athens, and so they have it on Saturdays. And I don't know if it's every Saturday or every other Saturday because there's supposed to be two, and I think one of them is one on one schedule and the others anyway. So I would like to go to the farmers market at some point. So maybe I'll get around to that. Maybe if I don't make it a priority, maybe we can do that. Stacy says this weekend you are going to see your daughter advance in her scout achievements on Saturday. Ooh, fun. Yes. Mom was a Girl Scout and became I'm trying to remember. She had some sort of leadership position for her troop, but I don't remember if it was like top or like next to top. Anyway, she really enjoyed Girl Scouts. And then my grandfather was always like involved in the like funding and hoity-toity talking to people about getting funding for the Boy Scouts. That kind of stuff. I don't know, talking to like the movers and shakers and peoples. And my brother was able to join the Boy Scouts when we lived out in Utah. But then they didn't have a Girl Scout troop out there because Mormons. But when we moved back to Georgia, there were only like 2 active troops, and they were both like over an hour away. I was like, meh. So anyway, Becca says, hello, you're trying to finish your homework today so that you can write like a fiend and finish your screenplay this weekend. Excellent. Yes. As Regina says, go, Becca, go. On the first sprint, you're finishing up a freebie short that you're doing for your newsletter. It feels good just to write something. Yes. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Regina says, I am studying your TikTok book videos. I'm assuming this is to Becca because I don't have a TikTok. I do not have a TikTok or TikToks. Lexi says, hello, welcome. Yes, I am live. Yes. Becca says the 2-picture setup seems to perform the best. But with TikTok, you have to edit in the app or they won't boost you. Oh, you used to edit in Canva, then post, but it never got good results. Can you edit most of it in Canva and then edit just like a little bit in TikTok and still have the boost there? Becca says, I still get my pics from Canva though. You're practicing in Canva, but you think you will sign up for TikTok business. That should give me access, don't you think? Regina says pics from Canva sound great. I already pay for that. Yes, I also use Pixabay, and I know there's a couple others that are very similar to Pixabay to source the good free photos. Megan says, hello, I'm trying to find a cat sweater pattern to crochet for my BFF. Sweater for a cat. Not a sweater with cats on it. And none of the ones you have found have size charts. Is that because they are stretchy or they expect you to use a stretchy material or stretchy knit type thing? Or is it because they have like a button that you're supposed to put on somehow? Stacy says, I'm hoping that my headache doesn't fully form. Oh no. You're hoping your back stays where it is. I was sitting yesterday and just pulled a muscle, so taking it somewhat easy today. Gotcha. I hate that for you. But yeah, that sucks. So Mama Maggie says, I've spent all morning looking for our totes of Christmas decorations and they aren't anywhere. Oh no. Like all the usual closets and attic hidey holes and all that. That's not good. I hope you find them soon. Becca says to Regina, I just have a regular account for TikTok. Not sure if business account helps or not. Ooh, nice. You'll do what you can with your regular account in that case. Brain is being a rebel. Yeah, definitely. Yours too. Okay. I'm not alone. You are not alone in that. Procrastination is real, right? Yeah. You actively won't do it like you're talking. Yeah, this is what my brain does sometimes. And I can't. Regina says to Megan, when I was making doggy fleece coats, I had to measure the chest and neck circumference and the length of the back to get the pattern right. I ended up making my own hoodie pattern. What did I do with those? Right? Megan says to Regina, none of the patterns asked for those measurements. I have the neck circumference, the chest circumference, length of back, and the arm size. I don't know. Regina says to Megan, if you are adventurous, order a basic pattern and do a test strip of your knit to see how many stitches you need to make the lengths. Monster and Karma are in the former Boy Scouts, which is now just the Scouts. Gotcha. CB says hello. Hello. Lindsay says hello. Hello. CB doesn't have TikTok either because it is ableist. I have not used it, so I cannot tell. I don't know how ableist it is or not. Lindsay Inez is also here. Hi, y'all. Hello. Becca says, I edit the pictures in Canva, then transfer it to the phone so that you edit the text and music in TikTok, which does seem to work well. Oh, good. Good. Megan is currently watching a pattern video to see if you can alter it. The cat is kind of chunky. Regina says to Becky, thank you so much for all your advice. I was just about to ask about the text. You read my mind. Matthew is here. Hello. Just switch some keywords around, and turns out superhero 12 and up is a better keyword than superhero. Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Or, yeah, YA. Y'all. Y'all. But that may have been what it was trying to read it as. You've already sold one book today. Excellent. Good. Keywords matter. Lindsay says, I admit that I have never downloaded, used, or watched TikTok. I can't say that I haven't watched any because I have like the reposts here on YouTube, like the compilations and stuff. So I guess technically I have watched TikToks. But I don't think I've really used their platform at all. So, which is probably not like, I don't know. It seems like it's another one of those social medias that is becoming necessary for like the modern author platform. And like, we already need Facebook. We already need Instagram. So it's like another one. It feels overwhelming to have to learn all of them. Anyway, CB says, I posted a video on TikTok and within an hour I got a copyright strike, but there was zero instruction on how to avoid it, or I am too dim-witted to have figured it out. Did you have music playing in the background? Because usually music is what gets you, from what I have seen on any of the platforms, music is like the biggest one. Megan says, I watch Instagram Reels and you get sent 1 billion Reels a day, but I don't use TikTok. Yeah. You used TikTok for your books and that's about it. Yeah. And that's fine. TikTok is the only one that works in terms of like driving sales, actually, which is good to know when you are at that point. That is very good to know so that you don't waste time putting effort into other things. Although I had heard that Facebook was pretty good for specific genres, not necessarily a whole lot of them, but for specific genres, I had heard that Facebook works pretty well. But I don't know if that's true anymore or not. So, CB was playing The Real Hero on your clarinet. Yeah. So music. Yeah. And this is the same thing that Two Violins ran into, because they were playing the music themselves, and it's all classical music, or they were doing some like snippets of pop songs to see how fast they could like pick it up or whatever. or if they could recognize, one of them could recognize it, and they kept getting copyright struck because of this issue. And sometimes it's not even like the proper company that really owns it. They're just saying they own it and like copy striking anybody. So it's frustrating for sure. But I remember watching several videos from Two Set Violin. And they were running across that issue quite often. So Megan says, speaking of that, next year I'm planning on doing a weekly marketing stream where I teach marketing concepts and then walk everyone through how to do it. Nice. That sounds amazing because I definitely need to learn more about it. Facebook used to be great, but not so much in the past few years. Gotcha. Okay. So if there's anything you specifically want to learn, let me know, preferably in a written message so I don't forget. Problem is, I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. Werewolf stories used to do well on Facebook. Matthew says, I use Story Origin to promote my books. Oh, okay. So hopefully you are having good success with that. All 150 of my mailing list subscribers are from Story Origin. Oh, nice. Nice. CB says, I have the same video on my YouTube, but I've blurred myself out. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you what has and hasn't. It won't get you copyright struck. But I can tell you that music is more likely to. So the only thing that I use in terms of music and sounds in my YouTube videos are the ones that are from YouTube Library, and only the free ones there. Because they're beta testing like a new thing. But like only the freebies. So yeah. Random illegal copyright strikes have to be fought. They usually can be dismissed after a few months. Yeah. They're scary, though. That's for sure. Becca says to Matthew, I use BookFunnel, which is very similar, and I love it too. Nice. Okay. Taking notes. Story Origin, BookFunnel. Yes. In fact, let me go ahead and write that down on my recommendations page so that I can transfer it next year. BookFunnel and Story Origins. To promote books and gain email subscribers. There. I have written a note for myself. First season is going to be walking people through creating a marketing strategy and plan. First steps to any good marketing campaign. Nice. Okay, good. You yoinked the video and your account from TikTok after that. Yeah, make sure. Yeah. Okay. So, we need to do some writing. We need to do some work. We need to get some stuff done. And hopefully have our brains cooperate with us. So if you have not done so already, now's a great time to pull up whatever document or documents you think you're going to be working on. I'm also going to pull a card. The owl. You see clearly now. So the owl spirit you see clearly now. It is in the upright position. Our owl has a little crown on today. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. There's our owl friend. Okay, so the owl spirit arrives to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness that we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. The owl reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just the parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity that you need to understand your situation. Your relationship, finances, job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly. So there's our owl friend for today. So definitely a couple things resonating there, like receiving messages from all around. Like this is definitely the distractions bound. There are things for you to look at, things for you to pay attention everywhere and all around you. But having to sort of take a moment, look at all of it. It's like see the big pictures. What is it that you want? Where is it that you want to go? Where are you feeling called? That kind of thing. And you can definitely narrow in on like one or two things that you really want to focus on, but definitely remember your big picture. And also pay attention to your gut. So if something is feeling not quite right, spend a little time to reflect and gain a little bit better understanding of why you feel like something isn't quite right. Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to take action at this moment, just kind of like sometimes knowing what it is that's like off is comforting. And that realization then can propel you forward to new considerations, new actions, new whatever. So, but that's definitely like end of the year, lots of things coming at you. You've got holiday stuff, you've got New Year stuff, you've got end of year stuff, resets for your brain, for your space, for your life, whatever. There's a lot of stuff coming in. There's also a lot of emotional weight at the end of the year because you have memories and nostalgia from years past. You feel like sort of you may feel obligated to be with people who aren't necessarily, how do I put this tactfully? They aren't necessarily the people that you would want to be spending your time with. So it's like obligations to certain people, but also like you want to be spending time with people who matter. And maybe that's not possible for you this year. And so that carries its own emotional weight and sort of like guilt for not being able to, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things coming at you right now, and me as well. So a lot of things coming at us. And so sometimes it's okay to just like sit with it and ruminate on why things are feeling off. And also what it is that you really truly want to focus on. So there's that. You love that message. So many messages lately. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Brooke says, hello, welcome. You're feeling more and more focused. Emily and I are keeping each other accountable for writing freebie shorts for our newsletters, and it's helping so much. Mine is due today. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and start a timer. I think, let's see. Let's start with this one. She says, as you cannot see it. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to scroll it down to a 25 because I don't know if I'm going to be able to concentrate for a full 30 yet. So I'll treat this as our warm up. Because sometime I feel like I'm gonna need a warm up today, so which means you're gonna get a warm up. Anyway, let's go. So one, save your document if you have already been working today. If not, again, now's a great time to pull up whatever document you're going to be working on. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. How'd we do? I was able to write for about 15 of that, and then my brain wasn't having it anymore. So I got 450. Yeah, 415. Then I started working in the bullet journal just because. So that is where I was. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I don't have much to show for my work in the Bujo. I set up some of the tasks that I'm going to have to do in the next couple weeks. So like what my priority tasks for next week are, even though I just said that like priority doesn't seem to work for me. We're going to try again next week. And then just some of the miscellaneous. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to do my fudge this coming week or like do it on Christmas Eve type thing. So we shall see. So I've got fudge on 2 weeks. And then whenever I decide to do it, I can just mark it off. But how do we do? Mom Maggie is excited because you found the Christmas decorations. So that means that now you can make things Christmas, winter, holiday festivities, pencil all the way. Yes. Carrie is here. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Nikki is here as well. Hello. CB wrote a paragraph by hand and pencil. Excellent. Regina says, I managed to get a video made. Now I will try to upload it. Happy dance. Excellent. And are we talking to TikTok or to YouTube or both? Because essentially I think sometimes the TikToks can be shorts. Sometimes, like if the timing is right. Anyway, thank you for the blessings. CB says, I got a drink and a snack and made another playlist on Spotify. Excellent. Megan did nothing. You were going to do self-promo stuff, but got distracted by social media. Well, I mean, the self-promo stuff happens next sprint, so you're fine. Thank you. Lexi managed to do 1,696. Amazing. Lindsay did a few pages longhand, kind of morning pages-esque since you woke up so late today. Nice. Excellent. Sometimes that works. I've occasionally done like the morning pages on my computer and I feel like I want to print them out and put them in my journal because they feel like morning pages to me. So they feel like they should go in my normal like journal that I do that. But I haven't done that yet, so. Carrie says, I've been busy all day with mom stuff. Gave the kiddo a bath, set her up with a big piece of cardstock so she could make a picture for my mom's birthday. Excellent. I saw something that was just like a real quick post that a mom was testing out like crafts or activities and like the time that they promised they would keep your little ones busy. And it was like laying out long pieces of brown craft paper, tracing your kids' silhouette, body, whatever, and showing them pictures of gingerbread men, and then handing them markers and crayons and all that kind of stuff. And supposedly the activity would keep your kids entertained for about 25 to 30 minutes. And his mom was super pumped because it kept her kid entertained for 55 minutes. So she's like, yeah. And so then I was like, do we have any brown craft paper big enough to do that when my nephews are here? I don't know. So, but we've got plenty of art supplies. So if nothing else, we can have them decorate gingerbread men. Anyway, so there's a crafty thing to throw into your possible holidays. You finished your short. Woohoo! Yay! Excellent. Mom Maggie says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Exactly. She's really good at tracing letters. Oh, nice. So I wrote happy birthday in yellow marker, and she traced it all by herself. And then I helped her draw hearts and balloons. Nice. The time of the craft lasting is usually proportional to the time it takes to set it up. Oh, no. It didn't look too hard to set up. She taped long craft paper, traced around it with, I think, either white crayon or chalk. But yeah, it could have been much more because social media is misleading. So yeah, it could have been much more involved of a setup. Regina says, success! Uploaded the first one! And also congrats to Becca on finishing the short. Yay! Excellent. All right, let's set up for the second sprint. And second sprint is the self-promo sprint, which means that if you have something you want to promote, whether that is YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, especially Amazon author page, websites, blogs, social medias, etc. Any of that good stuff that is writing adjacent, make sure that you are sharing that with us where we can find you and your stuff, especially if you have a book out recently, a book out soon, a book on sale, etc. Any of that kind of stuff. Make sure that we know where we can find you. Just remember that if you do not have a Blue Ridge of Power, like Becca and Mama Maggie have, you will not be able to post direct links. So be forewarned about that. Let's see what else. Also, I guess my self-promo is subscribe if you like. And let me pop up the snowfall timer, which I am going to roll down to the 30 mark. Close enough. Okay, so 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. I am now onto water. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes and 7 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the second sprint. Don't forget to do your self promo if you have not already done so. I feel like I was a bit more concentrated that time. So I stayed pretty much on task that whole time. Oops, I just unselected it. Okay. 9:02. I'm going to mark where I'm leaving off. So that way I know where to select from next time. Yeah. Okay. Make sure my highlight wasn't continuing. How are we doing? Are we improving? Are we beginning to focus more? Are we losing focus? How you doing? Let's see. Regina corrected another chapter. Mom Maggie spent the sprint decorating because you finally found the decorations for Christmas. Lexi got 1,872. That's amazing. Carrie sorted washi and you need another storage container for it. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling because I still have not put up the most recent set that I got. And I have several things out for that have not gone back into the drawer. So I have this tube of like blue and gold lights and lanterns. I have one of my feather ones. I have this grid and ginkgo that I was using for getting crisp lines. And I also have another one of the blue purpley light set that needs to go back in the tube. So I have washi that is not fitting in the drawers, so I might have to rearrange. And I'm just trying to decide how I want to do so because I could take them from the because I have them in monitor stands because I have 4 of them. They have nice drawers in them. So I have them in 1.5 of those drawers, but I could fit them better in the like 14 by 14 drawers. They're slightly bigger, so I could fit. I don't know. It would take at least one of the 14 by 14 drawers. It might take another partial. You're feeling more concentrated. Yay. Stacy switched over to laundry, had a snack, took a few more Christmas gifts to the basement. Nice. CB did a little bit of handwriting and then booked to see the Nutcracker for the 6th or 7th time this next year. Handwriting without a proper table is not fun. True. You need something to rest on. Funky Side just got here. You're making coffee so I can seem coherent when you start writing. Nice. Carrie's going to be taking your kiddo tomorrow with your mom and sister to see Nutcracker. Sent the short off to Emily, wrote your 3 TikToks for today, and then picked out the images. And now to upload the first one. Nice. Lindsay got distracted. Your partner left for work, and so we started chatting. Didn't realize I didn't have an Amazon author page, though. So you're fixing that. Yay! Excellent. Stacy is trying to get motivated, but today is just a blah day. And I keep getting distracted by YouTube shorts. Gotcha. Regina says, woohoo, to Becca. And Carrie says, a certain wonderfully generous horror writer that we all know and love from Toronto keeps sending me washi and I can't use it fast enough. Laura is wonderful. Cough, Laura, cough, cough. Right? CB says, when I took ballet lessons, we did Dance of the Merletons and Waltz of the Flowers for exams. The first time I saw Nutcracker was in 2004. I'm trying to think if I have ever seen the entirety of it live. And I don't think I have. Mom Maggie says, I have a bunch of pretty washi that I'm planning to use on the Bujo/symptom tracker for 2024. Me too. I have lots of plans for next year and all of my washi and stickers. Megan says to Stacy, same. I'm all distraction today. That's what it feels like sometimes. Anyway, let me scroll back up and get the self-promo. So if you have not done the self-promo, please make sure you pop that in the chat now. Let me see where we were. Do we have much today? I think most of everybody is regulars, but let me see. All right. So here's Megan says, this week's post is reflecting on 2023, flowing through the challenges of the year. Excellent. So there is the link for that, where you can check out all of Megan's things via the link tree. Here's that link. Carrie H. Author joined Ream Stories under Carrie H. Author, as per usual. Chapters of your fantasy adventure go live in January on Thursdays. You just need to follow in order to be able to read it, but I do have tiers set up for bonus content. So is Ream Stories kind of like Patreon or Coffee in that regards? Although I did hear somebody, and somebody may have to check out the veracity of this because I'm not sure myself, but somebody mentioned that now that Coffee is adding tiers, it is the exact same thing essentially as Patreon service-wise, but Patreon takes like 30%, whereas Coffee takes like a specific amount per month, something like $5 or something. So depending on how much you are earning from your tiers, Coffee or Ko-fi or however you pronounce it, may be a better option once you have surpassed the amount that it costs per month. Does that make sense? But again, somebody will have to like check out the veracity of that because I'm not entirely sure. Anyway. Regina says, self-promote, fill your heart with sweet romance by Regina Duke in Colorado Billionaires series and other stories. Nice. Excellent. Okay, did anybody else have any self-promo? Check out Becca's TikTok. Check out Regina's once it's made. Let's see. Megan says, I've only ever watched the Nutcracker on TV. Yeah, I think that's about all I've seen is the film of the ballet. I was like, oh God, the rats were terrifying. The rats or mice. They were terrifying. I don't remember what version of it is, but it's terrifying. As a child, it was terrifying. And so I don't think I've seen it really since I was adult. Maybe I should make sure and watch it now that I'm an adult. Anyway, CB says the little fold flat table I have in the corner is too heavy and too cumbersome for my legs, so I'm gonna have to wait till I go to the library to write properly by hand. Do you have one of those like TV dinner trays or like bed table things? Do you have one of those, or could you make one? Carrie says, I might do a planner stream depending on when I get back from visiting my mom this evening. Nice. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. Stacy says, I saw the Nutcracker when I was in high school twice live, but that was decades ago. I don't actually remember much of it. Nice. Oh no, the kittens are attacking the birds and the squirrel on the tree. Oh no. Oh no. Inca York also does Ream, I think. Okay. So coffee, Patreon, all that, especially specifically for stories. Okay, so Ream stories is like that. So it's Ko-fi. Rhymes with no fee. Gotcha. Let's see. Your cats will jump in the bathtub or the duck pond. They fear no water. Oh no. Last you heard, Patreon was also having some troubles. They laid off a ton of their staff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with a whole lot of the stuff. I feel like sometimes I like making myself an ostrich, head in the sand type thing, but I don't know. The mice are scary. Then Clara throws her shoe at the Mouse King. You grew up seeing it live in Seattle, where they used Marek Sindak sets, arts, and costumes. Truly amazing. Do like I do and write on the wall. I mean, yeah. Table you have is breakfast table, but it's very heavy. Okay, so you might have to get like a TV dinner tray or table and see if you can find one. Like, I don't know how often the UK does like garage sales and type things, and that usually happens in warmer months. I am going to admit that usually does not happen during the winter time. So scariest time that you saw the Nutcracker was 2019 when the prima ballerina almost face planted from a fish dive, meaning she was in the air. Yikes, that is scary. Alrighty, let's move on. Let's go to the next sprinty sprint. Maurice Sendak is the illustrator of Where the Wild Things Are for reference. That's where it is. Okay, yes. In fact, my mom has been thrifting for baby clothes for becoming the bestie number 2. Is having a baby that is arriving in March. And so she found some cute little newborn onesies, and they had the silhouettes from Where the Wild Things Are. Nice. Okay, let's do this. Let's find another sprite. I think, do we want the penguins? I think we want the penguins. Let's share it. Okay. So this will take us over to about 3:15. So if you have to go at the 3 o'clock hour, just remember to say bye in the chat. But otherwise, let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay. I think I just finished. I had to finish thoughts and stuff. Think I think that's a good place to kind of stop that. Scrolly, scrolly, scroll. Okay. 1073. Okay, 2390. If I have done the math correctly, which is always questionable. When I don't do it on a calculator, that is. All right, I'm going to mark where I left off. Save it. How'd you do? Let's see. Funky Sai was excited to get to writing, although it shows a blue pen on the YouTube and a red pen from StreamYard or pencil. So you get varying colors of whatever pen for the emoji. Lindsay had to go a little bit early, and so did Mom Maggie because the blizzard was making the internet go a little wonky. CB got 804 words. Nice. Becca recorded the audio for this week's assignment, and now you are editing it. Nice. Stacy got 1,823 words dictated from a handwritten draft written about 10 years ago. Now your kid is home, so the dictation is done. Gotcha. Thog did some stuff. Yes. Sometimes that is all we can do. Sometimes that is all we can do. All right. I have not put the spreadsheet today and seen whether or not Michael is streaming. What is today? Today's the 8th. Okay, so we have not swapped over. Make this big. Okay, so my updates last night were the last time it has been updated. Let's see if Michael has a stream set up for today. Don't see one. Okay, so Michael was going to change to monthly streams instead of weekly. Okay. But we don't know when that's going to be yet. Okay. All right. So at 3:30, Rachel writes. Is going to be on. Paper Tiger should also be on relatively soon, if not already. Yep, Paper Tiger is already on. Okay. There's Paper Tigers. And I will have to check around and see if I can update real quick to see if any of the afternoon regulars are on. Let me see if Jillian and Jamie are still on. No. Okay. They're scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. What is this one though? Oh, maybe it was, I think they canceled today's. Grayson's bookmark is on. Okay. Is Grayson bookmark okay. Here's Grayson's channel. Yeah. So check out the spreadsheet. I'll be adding a few things to it. I might take like a 5-minute break and then come back to it. But here's the tiny URL for the spreadsheet. Y'all make sure that you are checking that every once in a while, and also please forgive us. We are human, and I know there's a couple more people who have been adding who've gotten edit access and have been helping out with keeping it. But it's a time commitment, for sure. And my brain doesn't always like remind me to check it at the same time every day. So but anyway, so there you go. There's some options of places to go. And yeah, so don't forget to save. Make sure you have all the fun this weekend. And I will be back on Sunday for the 10th, the first double-digit day in December. So yeah, fun times. Can't believe it's already the 8th, which I still, like you can see, I haven't changed my calendar since the 4th. Ignore that. But anyway, don't forget to save and have fun. And I will see y'all soon. Bye.